Welcome along to the Record Club, brought to you by Record Store Day, the official charts, and National Album Day, and proudly in association with Bowers and Wilkins. My name is Jess Izzat. Thank you so much for joining us. We are very excited to say that our guest this evening is Mae Muller to talk all about her new album, Sorry I'm Late. We're going to be spending the next half an hour talking to Mae all about the new record, and then we're going to be putting forward some of your questions about the album for her to answer. So, if you want to get involved, drop us a question in the comment section below. I'm going to be asking a selection of them in the second half of our chat. And on top of that, one lucky person who sends in a question today will be randomly selected to win a pair of Bowers and Wilkins PX7 over-ear noise cancelling headphones, season 2 as well, might I add. And obviously, it's a wicked prize. Don't miss out. Get your questions to us. I have the new record here in my hand. If you haven't already got yourself a copy, make sure to head to your local record store once our chat with Mae is over. But let's do it, shall we? Let's say a big hello to this week's Record Club attendee, Mae Muller. Welcome along.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. It's good to see you.
I know, it's good to see you. I feel like we were just saying it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. You've gone through a whirlwind and you come out the other end with an album, which I'm excitedly holding. And I was really, really excited about it coming in the post and having my own copy. And then you said that there's a gold edition, which I don't have. But you have it, so you can show us.
But I have it. To show. I mean, honestly, it's just got a nice gold font and a different picture in the middle, really. Look, there you go. You can see it. You can see the exclusive.
Yeah, yours. Okay, so that's the difference. Yours opens up.
Can I tell you a secret? Can I tell you a secret? I probably shouldn't be saying this. I actually prefer your one because it's got all the different. I like all the different characters. You know, where you can, and you know, when you pull it out and like all the right. That's like I think that's so cool.
You know what? We're going to get into that in just a second's time, but we we reserve the first question every week here on the Record Club for one of the many amazing independent record stores across the UK. And this week's question is from Flashback Records in London, and they are asking you, they said, we're excited to see Sorry I'm Late. We will be released in several physical formats, including CD, cassette, and vinyl. I'm curious to know, what is your first album purchase from a record club? Record shop.
First album purchase. I mean, I made my mum buy it for me. I think it was either All Right Still, Lily Allen, which was like 2006, and I literally bang on about that album so much because that was like my holy grail. That was like the reason why I started writing music. So it was that, and then I think Florence was a bit later, but I definitely bought Florence and the Machine, Lungs.
Oh yeah.
Which was also one of my favorite albums of all time, and I was just like, I like remember seeing it in the shop, and I was like, my queen, starstruck. She wasn't even there. I just saw a picture of her on the CD, and I was like, oh my god.
They used to do that, didn't they? They used to put like, it wasn't just one. It was like when someone was big and it was their moment, they'd have it like across the whole of the aisle, so you would be faced with their face like all over.
Yeah. No, it was a turning point for me.
I feel like early doors as well, you got very compared to Lily Allen, you know, the attitude, the swag, so it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I mean, I took that. I was like, I'll take that. She's a legend, you know. No, I'm very flattered when anyone sort of finds that comparison because I think she's brilliant.
And obviously I have to say congratulations on the record once again. Sorry I'm late. I mean, you must have had a million jokes about it because you're not actually late, so that's pretty good.
Thank you so much. You know, I actually do try to be as punctual as possible, but sometimes I can't help it. I can't help it.
Look, I can't lie. There is a difference between London time and like other parts of the UK time.
Yes, I do agree, but still. No, I do. No, it is true, but it's not good. I don't like being late. But the thing is, when I am late, it's not like, you know, those people that are late, but it's like, I'm just always late, like, just like deal with it. Like whenever I'm late, I still get really, really stressed. And I'm like, why can't I just be on time? Like, it's so annoying.
It's always the way. But is the album title, is it referred to it being pushed back? Because obviously you did a certain, I don't know, little television thing. Can't remember what it's called.
I no, so that was actually when, because my team called me and it was like a whole thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, when I announce that the album's being pushed back, people are going to think that it's like, oh, it's all part of the marketing. And I was actually like, no, like, it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of funny now, but I was just like, I definitely, if I could have chosen not to, I would not have like had to push my album back. But because it was only like 2 weeks, I think it was definitely worth it. And I think it was just like a better time, and now we've done it, like I'm happy we did it, but it was not part of the gag. Sure.
And what do you think? I mean, this is a big hypothetical question, but what do you think the differences have been releasing the album post Eurovision, or like, what it would have been like, say you hadn't done Eurovision and it was going out kind of like your debut, just no competition?
I feel like, I mean, it's hard to like picture because you just never know what would have been, but who knows? Like I feel like maybe like a lot like less people would know about it. They, I think because that's what Eurovision did. It sort of opened people's, like people that didn't really know who I was or wouldn't have known who I was. Now I'm on their kind of radar, and obviously I did Graham Norton, which was just like such a dream of mine for so long, and like who knows, like because that doing Eurovision, that's how I kind of connected with Graham, and we really got on, and he was a really great supporter of mine through that. So, and afterwards, so it's like without that connection, I don't know if I would have got Graham. So it's like, who knows, who it's. I definitely feel like it's given it a really good push though.
Yeah, for sure. Were there any tweaks made to the album between before and after?
There were, well, I Wrote a Song wasn't on the album originally because the album was finished. Like the album was before Eurovision, and then obviously we did Eurovision and we pushed everything back. And then so obviously I was like, I have to put I Wrote a Song on it because it would just, I feel like if I released an album now without that song, it would just feel like there was a sort of hole in the middle.
Yeah.
So I Wrote a Song, and a part of me was kind of worried because I was like, oh, I don't know if I Wrote a Song actually goes with the vibe of like the rest of the album, but actually I think it really, really does. And I think in pop music now, you don't have to be worried so much about like everything sounding like the exact same genre. Like on my album, there's like kind of 80s synthy, like breakup songs, and then you've got like dance bangers. I have like acoustic moments, but it all sounds like cohesive, which I think is what's really exciting about pop music at the moment. But yeah,
I feel like there's lots of different moments like throughout the album of your different aspects of you. So obviously the dancey ones, the sort of like, I guess, Dua Lipa-esque like pop songs at the top. But then on the other end of the spectrum, when it comes to pop, you've even got like a stripped back acoustic, which is showing off your vocals as well. I think I back and forth between which ones were my favorite, but I think I do love Breathe. I feel like
that's my favorite at the moment.
It stands out in not sounding different, like you said, to the rest of the album, but I think vocally and just it's a little bit synthy and just why is that on your favorite at the minute?
I think part of the reason why it is my favorite is I think it does stand out. I think it doesn't like it's still what it's like, it definitely works within the album, but I feel like a lot of the songs, like A Little Bit Sad and Something New, I feel like they're like sisters, and like Miss America and Something Real, they're kind of sisters. Maybe That's Just Life, Porn Lie to Us, they're kind of like, they kind of go hand in hand. But I think and that is what I love about the album. But that's why I think Breathe is so great, because I think Breathe just really like stands on its own, and I've never done anything like that since, and I don't think I'll ever really do like something like that again. It was such a like moment in time, that song, and I just think sonically it's something kind of like I hate using this word, but kind of like fresh and like, but it's still, you can really hear like the kind of All Saints sort of inspiration, but I just listen to that song and I'm like, oh, I wouldn't change anything. Like I wouldn't change anything about this song. Like I love it. And I think it really just describes like what I was feeling at that time, and it kind of takes me back, but not in a bad way. It kind of makes me realize how much I've grown. And um I think it's one of the songs that like other people will really relate to, which is kind of always what I'm wanting to do in my music, you know?
I can see some people are getting in touch with your questions. Obviously, you've got to get in the comments to get your question to us, and I'll be reaching those. I love the visuals. We touched on it actually earlier when we were holding this up, and we mentioned the characters. So I was going to ask, what firstly was your favorite character?
Yours looks so much better because you've got a nice HD camera. Like look, mine's all grainy and horrible.
Everyone look at mine.
Yeah,
not amazing.
Don't look at mine. Mine's embarrassing.
You kind of got the OG Mae down here, don't you?
Yeah, she's chilling. OG Mae. Oh, that's such a good question. I mean, I love Miss America, top left.
Do they all have a song?
Yeah, they all have a song. So let's guess.
Okay.
A fun game. So what do you, I mean, I guess there's one of my favorite characters actually is Porn Lie to Us, if you could.
That's got to be her, right?
No, but close.
Oh my God, that one.
Yes.
I'm just yeah.
You're like the one with the tits out.
Sorry, that was my bad. No, she's got to be, hang on.
That's what's fun about it. Like, it's like they're not, it's also like subjective and like, you know, it's whatever you think. But when we were doing it, so the one that you thought, so the pink, that's something real, because I kind of
that was what I was going to say next.
Yes, I thought I wanted her to look really like, I had like lube all over my body because I wanted to really like doll Barbie like sort of really like done up and sort of like a vacant expression, but also just kind of lost because obviously she's looking for something real in this fake world. And then Porn Lie to Us, she's holding the apple and she's kind of like the picture of like seduction. Yeah. She's like the male gaze, like fantasy kind of she just kind of signifies, like represents all the kind of pressures that we put onto ourselves and what we think we need to aspire to be, when actually she's not even 100% comfortable within herself either, you know.
Oh, I love them. And also who was it, something real, definitely, like first lines, first thing I look at is my phone. I was like, oh, triggered.
No, I was writing that and I was like, people are literally going to be like,
oh, that's me. Oh, that song's about me, Mae.
I wrote it for you. It's for you.
Thanks. I've always wanted a song about me. Who are you going for as your fave, actually? Yeah, go on then.
I actually love, I mean, I know I've just said she's my favorite song, but I do love Breathe character, and your finger's literally on her right now. The other one, other side. Yes. She's just so gorgeous and glam.
She is gorgeous.
And like the face, everything is just serving. I think she's my favorite because it's the one I'd most likely want to look like every single day of my life. You know, she's definitely got some crystals and she's just like, you know, breathing it out, breathe in, breathe out, woosah, you know.
I'm here for it. All right, and also with the album, there was another one. The other standout was it's the letters MTJL, for a little acoustic number on the record. Was there a part of you that maybe wanted to produce this, or has it always been like that?
Oh no, I never wanted to produce it. Like I remember that there's in the middle eight. So when the middle eight goes, so it was literally just guitar and then we added like bits to it, but even then I was like, don't do too much. Like I literally wanted it to sound like really, really stripped back and just, so it was never going to be like a produced up song. Like I didn't even want it to have like drums. Like I didn't want anything, because I think that's kind of, because it is so raw and like it's like a diary entry, that song, so I didn't really want to mess around with it and add all these like bells and whistles. It's like the attraction and like the main part of that song are the words, so that's all that there needed to be really, and whatever we were adding I wanted it to just to decorate the words a little bit, but I didn't really want to pull any focus away, so that was always an acoustic track in my mind.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you were sort of involved in that and you had your opinion and your stamp on the production of it. In the studio, what was it like? Is it quite fun or are you serious? Are you getting it down? What's it like being in the studio with Mae Muller?
Do you know what? It's different. Every day is different. And what's so crazy, being in music, you literally feel like you live like a billion different lives. So writing this album, like I was in the studio every single day without fail for like 3.5 years, every day. And now obviously I guess it's like better days, and then like Eurovision, and like I've been on like a promo train for like 2 years now. So I've had like sessions in between that, but I haven't really had like a big chunk of just writing for ages. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like what does it even feel like to write a song anymore? I don't even know. But it just depends like what day it is. I like to have fun in the studio. I love to have a chat. I don't want it to feel too formal. I think what it looks like is I come in, and whether I know you, whether we've written loads together, or whether we're just meeting for the first time, I like to like make a tea and to just chat about everyone's life for at least 40 to 45 minutes, you know? And like just get the like just spill the tea, like what's happening with you? Like, are you seeing anyone? Like, am I seeing anyone? Like, how am I feeling? This person's really pissed me off. And so, so many of my songs have come just from those moments, just from those conversations, because there's so much magic in that when you're like not thinking, okay, what's a good concept for a song? Like, how do we do it? Like, it's all there. The material's all there because, we live lives. So that it's all about the tea spilling for me.
Tea time with May. I love it.
May,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, no, I feel like there's something about a studio that kind of does that. You're like, right, let's get everything off our chest. Let's do this before we crack on. And then you're almost like warmed up for some sort of creative process.
Yeah. That's the thing. You've got to warm up, when you come into a studio and then the second you sit down and the producer's like, what do you think of these chords? I'm like, whoa, whoa. I need to like warm up. I need to, see what's going on first. I need to see the vibes.
On this record as well, I see that you've got one of your pop girlies on here, Dylan. And I know that I've known you like pre huge TV fame. I know that you've kept a lot of your girls close to you when it comes to like writing and making music. Rachel Chinneriri's one. What was it like working with Dylan? Is she someone that you knew well before you got her on this record?
Yeah, no, it was just such a pleasure. Like, and I've been a fan of her, and but I'd been friends with her, I want to say, for about a year. So I knew her like pretty well at that point, and I wrote the song. I wrote Tatiana with Henrik, who's like a collaborator of mine, and I think he's so amazing. He's one of my favorite people to work with in the UK. Like, he's so great. And so we basically did the song, but I never wrote a second verse. I never wrote a second verse because I knew that I wanted a girl on it. Like, I knew I wanted like one of my pop girlies, because I just didn't even write one. I'm like, I'm not putting that energy into that because I'm manifesting. And so I just reached out to Dylan because she's such a good songwriter. Like, her voice is amazing, and I just couldn't really imagine anyone else on it. And so yeah, I just reached out and sent her the song, and she really liked it. And then we got into the studio together to sort of write the second verse and write the middle eight. So it was really collaborative and like really organic, and there was no like label involved and like label reaching out to the man. It was just us two like figuring it out, and it was really, really nice. And it kind of made me definitely want to do more of that, but she smashed it. Like, it was literally every single thing the expectation in my head, she like, it's even better than I thought. So it was really fun. And I think she really likes the result too, which is really nice.
It's such a beautiful tune. It's definitely up there as one of my favorites on here, and it's really refreshing to know actually that it wasn't like planned in any sort of way, like you were saying. It was more well, it's planned from your perspective that you're always going to have another woman on the track, and that's not usual, especially in the pop world.
No,
So it
no.
could have been so easy to, just get like another guy to do his side of the story or something.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing I knew for sure. I was like, it's not a man. Like I'm talking to Tatiana, okay? We don't even know his
Only
name.
need to hear her.
Yeah.
All right, we've got some questions coming in. Holly on the Record Club's Facebook page says, I love the idea of a different character for each song. What made you think of that idea?
I honestly, I was actually struggling with the kind of creative concept for the album, as in like I didn't know what it was called, like I didn't know what it looked like. I had all the songs and I was really proud of it, but I was just like, how do people do this? How do people work it out? So so the title came first, and I was sort of brainstorming loads of titles and loads of ideas, and I thought of Sorry I'm Late, um and then all the creative ideas like started to come, really they kind of started flowing, and I was like, okay, this shows that I have maybe a good title because I'm finally like getting ideas. And I've always liked the idea of doing something where there's like multiple characters of me. I always thought that'd be really fun and creative. And Nadia Lee Cohen, who's like an amazing photographer, I'm pretty sure, just like creative, like genius, and she did something where she like made herself into loads of different characters, and that was like, I just thought that was so cool. And so I've always kind of wanted to do something like that, and I knew that because of the title Sorry I'm Late, I thought it'd be really cool to have all the characters there, and no matter what the scene was, because I wasn't sure what it should be at this point, I was like, I knew that all the characters need to be there, and I'm late, and they're all waiting for me, and I was like, oh my gosh, that could be so cool. And it's exactly what I pictured in my head. It's so crazy, and it's so hard to get that right. It's so hard to do that when you're an artist and you have all these ideas in your head, and I'm working with my label and my team, who are so amazing during this whole process, and like I didn't really actually have to compromise on much, which is so rare, and it was exactly what I wanted it to be. And when I look at it, I'm like, that was it. That was in my head, and now it's real. Like, it's crazy.
Mate, team effort, but the brains behind it.
Yeah.
We've got Raphael on the official charts Instagram asking, what was the first and last song that you made for the album?
So the first song was Breathe, because I wrote that like 2019. Yeah, like early 2019, so like nearly 5 years ago.
Wow.
And I remember I actually wrote it, I was in the studio, and that was the day I found out I was supporting Little Mix, and I was like, so it was just like little, like however old I was, I was like, oh my God, it's the best day of my life. So it was like a very heightened day. So that was the first one I wrote, and then the last one I wrote a song. Yeah. So that I wrote a song this year, January. So it literally is a span of 2019 to 2023. It's kind of crazy.
Remain on the Record Store Day Twitters asking, do you have any music video ideas for one of the songs on the album that you'd really like to make?
I love Nervous in a Good Way. That's like one of my favorite songs on the album, and I would love to do a video for that. And I would love to do like, We Found Love with like Rihanna and what's his name,
Calvin.
But maybe not as intense as that, and maybe something a bit more, just like a bit more like young love kind of thing, but something just that feels quite DIY, and it just shows two people that are just so like infatuated with each other, and just something that really like pulls on the heartstrings, but done in like a tasteful way, But I think We Found Love would be like that would be on the mood board for sure.
Good inspo, yeah.
Yeah.
Ollie on the official charts Instagram says, which artist do you want to collab with next? And they've put A May X Jade. Oh, Mae Muller. May times Jade would eat. A May times Jade. Right, okay. There's tech speaking here.
I get what they're saying. I get the vibe. Yes. I mean, I feel like May times Jade would be iconic. I love her so much, just like as a person as well. I think she's so cool, and she's such an amazing songwriter. So that would
Are we talking Jade from Little Mix?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Jade from Little Mix. I'm guessing anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
First name terms of,
first name basis. Yeah, that would be fucking stunning. I feel like we could really good
Speaking into the atmosphere.
Come on, let's speak it into manifest it.
Manifesting, everybody. Just do that at the same time. Yeah, have you actually, is that something that could happen? Is that like a...
I don't know. I have to, I mean, I'm friends with her, I guess. I'm cool. I mean, I'm saying I'm friends with her. She might be like, no. We're really cool. I mean, she's so supportive of me, and I think she's amazing. I'm so excited to see what she does with her like solo career. I literally don't know anything, but I think she's really talented and fun, and I think she stands up for all the right things, and like, I'm a big fan of her.
Very exciting. And then we have our last question, Beth on Mae's Facebook page, asking, were there any tracks that you considered putting on the album but didn't make it?
Yes. There was a song which I actually really love, and maybe it'll be on like the next album, I don't know, because I would love for it to have a moment, but it was called Jacket Back, and it's basically like about after you've like broken up with someone and you have to, they've still got like their clothes at your house, and it's just like, oh God, I've got to give this guy's bloody jacket back, and I don't, but it was a really beautiful song actually, and like but it just with all the other songs on the album, like it just didn't really. I don't really think it had its own place, and I don't think it was saying anything new. Like I feel like Somebody New and like a Little Bit Sad, like they were so kind of perfect for what I wanted to say. So maybe next time, because I do really like it, but we'll see.
Well, that's one that you're proud of. That's in the locker. So hopefully we'll get to soon. But that is actually all we have time for today. Obviously,
Time flies.
Make sure to treat yourself to a physical copy of Sorry I'm Late. You can either have the silver or, gold edition. Now, obviously support your local record store as well. Also, I'm very excited to say that the winner of this week's Bowers and Wilkins Wireless Headphones prize is Ollie on the official charts Instagram. Please slide into the Record Club's DMs. We'll get those headphones to you. And obviously, thank you everyone for joining in, sending in your questions. This plus all previous episodes are available to watch back on our YouTube and also our brand new Spotify channel as well. So I will see you soon for the next episode of the Record Club. Mae Muller, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. It was fun.